It's a cookie dough brioche bread and butter pudding. What is not to love? Oh my gosh. Hello everybody, it's Barry here. Hope you are well wherever you are in the world. Welcome to our kitchen. Today we are doing another 4, 3, 2, 1 video, part of the playlist where we do 4 3-ingredient recipes or items. Generally items, I want to get as much in there as we can to try one time in your life. We've done lots of these, so at the end of the video, if you enjoy it, put in a sweatband, have a marathon. Of course, suggest some other ideas, but do check out the others for lots of inspiration and actually some quite budget-friendly, simplistic recipe ideas that you can enhance and adapt and tweak to your liking. If you're vegetarian or if you like certain meats or if you don't like certain things, omit and ideally add, because it's very basic with the 3. I want you guys to enhance it. Today, all being well, we've got ourselves a mulled pineapple drink, sweet and chili pork kebabs, possibly the easiest fish curry ever, which of course could be chicken or vegetable, but I think this could be nuts. Small print, doesn't contain nuts. And as a dessert, we're gonna try and do a chocolate chip brioche ice cream bread and butter pudding thing without the butter, but the brioche is the butter, which has got bread and butter in it and chocolate chips. It's gonna be amazing. And in fact, for that, if you look very carefully here, I have got 2 tubs of ice cream. That is from Ken and Jenny, so it's just thawing out. It needs to be completely melted, but we'll get onto that in a bit. Let's start with the starter. The 3 ingredients or items for our starter are some pork fillets. This is a sort of Mediterranean selection of vegetables that you get in most supermarkets that generally tend to go in like roasting tins and things. And a bottle of sweet chili sauce. Combining the 3 together, we'll get some nice sticky sweet chili pork kebabs. I'll just show you the one. We are going to just cut it into nice cubes. Sweet chili sauce, oh yeah. We'll actually replicate this and have a dipping pot for the kebabs as well. So we're not going to use all of the sweet chili. And let's see what we actually got in this bag. Oh wow! Onion, courgette, butternut squash, and pepper. It's going to go great on our sticks. Which happens now. Yeah, so quite simply, we are going to push the different ingredients onto our sticks. All right, look at that. You see how that's coming together? So it might need a teeny bit of tweaking, but remember, you're just literally grabbing this off of a shelf. Yeah, the slices are quite big, so you're actually going to get more value here. This is awesome. See where we're going with this? That's amazing. All right, there we go. I love the multicolored effect on it. Whilst I was doing that, I've just started to preheat my grill and we had quite a fan. Yes, you had a little bit of pork, didn't you? We're gonna take the sweet chili sauce, and you could use any sauce if you want. You could use a barbecue sauce, you could use a mustard, a ketchup. Go crazy. Flip them over. Ooh, my grill's ready, that's good. So in it goes. So halfway through cooking, we'll give it another brush. We'll show you that step when we need to. And then of course at the end, we've got more sweet chili sauce to dunk into. Super simple, super effective. It's gonna work a charm. Folks, I really hope this is gonna work. This is kind of merging the concept of an ice cream cake and custard with an existing brioche. This is the dessert. It should, if it works, be outstanding. Let me show you what we got. I mean, it could epically fail, which would also be quite funny, but we can take our learnings and I'll pass them on to you. So we've got the ice cream. I've just got 1 tub here, the other one's thawing out. We've got 2 eggs, and the theory is that we're gonna mix this together so the eggs will help kind of, when it bakes, form a sort of custard. That will encase our 3rd ingredient, which is some chocolate chip brioche. Now this is just a pack of ones that you get in the shop. Really, really nice. In fact, I'd love to eat that. I really want to eat that. Anyhow, let's whisk these things together. Oh no, and there's the middle of it. Okay, still a fair bit there, but I think we can break this down. There are many other flavors of ice cream, and indeed Ken and Jenny's, but I liked the idea with this of not only the chocolate chip chunks, but also the cookie dough pieces becoming part of the dessert, like playing a key role. So let's just see. Oh yeah, okay. We'll push this through. Okay then folks, here we go. I think I'm quite happy with that, and it almost looks like Boston's dog biscuits are kind of sat at the bottom of that like that as I bring them up, but that is the cookie dough pieces and the chocolate chips. Right, I'm just gonna break it up into little chunks, okay? Like again, cubes again, like the pork earlier. Doesn't have to be perfect cubes. I don't want you guys to get the old tape measure out and be like, this must be symmetrical. But I bet there's people out there that must be like that. And that's fine. We are just gonna pad this out with chunks of the brioche. So it's kind of like a twist on bread and butter pudding, but without the butter. But it's got the butter because the butter is in the brioche. And I might keep one just for the end to maybe, if it doesn't look amazing, because what you could do is finish it with like a chocolate drizzle sauce. I'm gonna keep that possibly for that option. So I've done 5 in there. I've deliberately, for the time being, only used 1 of the tubs of Ben & Jerry's. Oh my gosh, look at this. Kind of want it to soak those top brioche layers as well a little bit. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need any more mix at all. Probably a little bit on my worktop, the other side, I've not looked. Oh, I'm definitely there. Oh, yeah, there is a little bit. You see that? Oh, it's all good. It's a cookie dough brioche bread and butter pudding. What is not to love? Oh my gosh. Yeah, because right now I'm really at the stage where I'm like, I don't really care if it doesn't work. Just for this moment, let's just embrace this moment. That looks pretty darn good. Right, let's check these out. It's been about 15 minutes. Oh, okie dokie. I mean, folks, this is pretty much cooked now, but I want to push the charring on it a little bit longer. Drench it again. Obviously in a barbecue, these would probably be even better, but I live in England. So I'm gonna bake this. And I'm gonna take a guess at about 20-25 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on it. I am expecting the top to go fairly browned. And by fairly browned, I mean I need to keep my eye on it every now and then to make sure that I don't burn it. But let's go on to the main, which I'm really excited about. I had a bit of a sad moment last night in the supermarket. In fact, I tweeted this and said it's probably the most boring tweet ever, but the freezer aisle is actually like really exciting. I don't know why. For me, the supermarkets I generally go in, now I know there's somewhere it's in the middle, but it tends to be at the back. So you buy like the fresh equivalent, but then if you go to the frozen aisle, not only is it frozen at source, which is sometimes a little bit better anyway, it's also can be cheaper. I didn't want to go into it too much, but chicken alone was like, just like portions of chicken breast was like you could get a really good quality one and loads in a bag, but you've just got to wait for it to thaw. Honestly, folks, if I can tell you one thing about this, go to the freezer aisle. It could be your friend, but we're gonna make a small curry, okay? I didn't want to buy too much ingredients, but we have got some curry sauce, okay? Now, I'm not a massive fan of korma, but the kids and Mrs. B like a mild curry, so we'll go with that. Any flavour you want. We've got a fish pie medley, okay? So we're gonna go for a fish curry, and there's loads of different cubed cod in here. There's salmon, there's haddock as well, all cubed, and actually funky different colours. So we're gonna cook that from frozen in the sauce, but not only that, in the freezer aisle too, you get these like rice medleys where it's not just rice, you're getting actual vegetables in there, because I was thinking, oh yeah, we can do the fish curry with rice, but it needs something else in there. So I think this has got peas in it, and peppers as well, and sweet corn. So we're gonna get that free veg from these free items for a fish curry in one pan. I hope it works. So a frozen fish medley. It's already been skinned, it's already been boned, don't have to worry about any of that. To help it, I am actually gonna add a little bit of water, so we're not gonna argue that being a fourth ingredient. Everyone's got, you know, a tap, hopefully. But literally, here comes our curry sauce. And we'll leave the rice for the time being, because we want to concentrate on making sure that fish is fully cooked through. So we're going to bring it up to a simmer. But we're just cooking the fish. I don't want to break it down. I want to try and keep it into the chunks as best I can. Of course, if it's completely flaked and spread among there, that's great. But ideally, the chunks, if I can keep them, I'll let you know, would be ideal. And of course, if I had the chance to with other ingredients, I could enhance that with maybe some coconut milk or some lemongrass. But for a basic 3-item thing, I really hope this works, because I think you could adapt this in so many different ways, like chicken, beef, just veg, meat-free alternatives, all that stuff, and just bung it in one pot. We'll see. It's probably gonna fail. There is this weird combination of smells in here right now. Not only of a wet pug, we got wet walking the dog this morning, curry, sticky pork, and that bake in that oven there. Amazing. But I think these kebabs are done. Ow! Oh. Yes, I love the charring and the colour on there, and the sticky slightly, where it's turned more into like a sort of jam on there. So we'll let these cool, have some more sweet chilli to dunk in it, and that is smelling great. Well, that was probably the easy one. All right, so these are designed normally to go in the microwave. I remember my mum we used to have these as a kid, loads. But yeah, look, you've got peas, you've got sweet corn, you've got the rice and the peppers. So that's really gonna add some body to the curry by just getting around those three things. Awesome, I can pick it up like it's some sort of cake. Let's stick it in there. And this has been 20 minutes, folks, okay? So we're just getting to that stage where we wanna reheat that rice. You see it's simmering in there, so the fish has had a real good time to bob away in there and warm through right to the middle, because the outside might look all right, but inside it could literally still be an ice cube. So I'm gonna keep monitoring this, breaking down the rice, stirring it through gently, but I think the next thing is the brioche thing, just to see if that's even, I mean, it smells good. Could be burnt actually. I am actually really, really proud of this. I wanted it to reduce down a little bit, so maybe I added a little bit too much sauce, but there is everything you need in there. We don't tend to use this oven as much on camera, but we obviously needed it for the kebabs over that side to the grill. So let's have a little look. This has been 25 minutes. I don't know how much you can see of that, but that has gone nice and lightly golden brown on the top. Oh, I am loving that. I am also loving that because it hasn't burnt, and also it looks like the ice cream has possibly set. Oh, look at that golden colour on the top. Can I move? Oh no. Oh my, it has toasted it. The chocolate's still there. It smells so good. We've got a nice cluster of chocolate here as well from the ice cream and the brioche, and some cookie dough pieces too that have kind of like wilted a little bit and spread around. Look, that's the cookie dough. Oh, that's amazing. And of course, I was saying earlier about putting a sauce on top. Your third ingredient, one of them is ice cream, so you could just dollop a load of that on there, but I think that'll be enough. Right, this is simmering away like a dream, and if I just lift it slightly, you can see everything that's going on in there. Oh my gosh. I want to try and keep some of those fish chunks. I'm not going to keep them all, but I've tried to stir it as little as possible. Oh. Right, shall we make a drink? Yeah, with the curry simmering away probably for another 5 minutes, we've got time to make a really quick mulled pineapple juice. Orange juice, apple juice, I don't mind it, but I blummin' love pineapple juice. So, we have got pineapple juice. Of course, you could just get a pineapple as one ingredient, whiz it all up and have actual proper pineapple juice with a bit of flesh, bit of texture. Flesh. For a little bit of kinky spice, we have got, if I can get it out, because I like a pineapple with cinnamon, this is a cinnamon stick, so it will sit in there as it warms. Smell it. Smell good, right? And just for a fruity garnish, we've got that third ingredient, we've got an apple, which I'm going to eat the rest, but I'm going to use a couple of slices just to sit in the glass. Now, the cool thing about this recipe, we could do it on the hob, we're going to do it in the microwave. Oh, just as a side note, this is a turnip that we have grown in the garden, and I got some ideas to use for it, but I just think that turnip is one of the most least exciting words in the world. Turnip. Of course, if you wanted to, you could grate apple pieces into it, or even use some of the apple peel, but I don't think that would be as appealing. So here we go then, apple slices, the cinnamon stick, which we will fish out, and the pineapple juice, okay? This is going in the microwave. I was supposed to be 1:30, but I did the old classic petrol station thing where I put an extra penny in of petrol, so 1:40. We're just warming it through. But whilst that is in there, the warming of the apple, even the warming of the pineapple juice, and especially the cinnamon, is going to rotate and infuse in that pineapple juice and just give it that extra comforting, soothing moisture blanket that you're going to desire after eating everything else. Small print, I hope. This is, I think we've done all right today. I was really worried about this, but the curry I'm super excited for. Look at this. Oh, you beautiful thing. Right, so I was going to serve the curry up in this dish. Just want to quickly show you if I get a chance. Hopefully it won't cool down too rapidly. You see how much that is bubbling? Well, it does smell quite fishy. It's a fish curry, but I am over the moon with that. Now, when I spoon it out, it might give me a chance to get rid of a teeny bit of that excess sauce. In the recipe, I'll probably write it up to use a little tiny bit less sauce. Get a slotted spoon, and yes, we can get the main body of the fish, the rice, the peas out. Yes, and a nice naan bread shoved alongside that would not go amiss, but I think I've got, oh my gosh, it's hot. Ugh. Steam in my eye. I think we've got quite enough to eat. Look at this medley of food. I am extremely lucky to be eating this for my brunch. This is how long? This is one of the fastest videos I have done in very recent times. There's been ones recently where I've done one recipe and it's taken twice as long. Look how convenient that is. It might be the fact that it's 3 items. It could be that it's simple cooking, but it's up to you guys to take it to a notch and personalize it yourself, and tag me in your photos. Make sure they're recipe ones, please. You know who you are. Folks, I'm really, really proud of this. Sometimes the ideas don't always work. Sometimes I suggest enhancements. And of course there are things, particularly the curry. I think it needs maybe a naan bread or something to dunk in with it, but I think it's got everything we need there. It all smells amazing. Like I say, time-wise, and I love the fact the cookie dough has kind of, it's merged in with the heat and that custard. I hope it's set. Oh my gosh. That is in that dessert. I had a comment recently where someone said, Barry, can you try saying one word as a review of if you like something or not? E.g., could it be good or bad? So maybe we'll try that today. Good. Yeah. Good. Am I doing this right? The curry next. Oh, still warm. I love it when it's still warm. Good. I know it doesn't look the most amazing looking curry thing, but trust me, some of the rumours I've heard of curry houses that you go to, you might not want to see what goes on in the kitchens. Although, of course, there are some very good ones. Good. Good. I like doing this. Oh. Why is it when you warm something, it just makes it so much more comforting? Of course, maybe not a drink to have in the summer, but for us as we're now sort of in that autumn winter period, it's getting a little bit of cold. There's pumpkin spice mix everywhere. This is brilliant. Well, that is if you like pineapple juice. Oh, it does look a bit savoury, doesn't it? It looks a bit like a baguette. Oh, wow. Oh. Firmed up cookie dough, but it's formed its own little soggy piece there where the ice cream has merged and soaked in. Oh, but only a little moisture layer. I love that. Because the rest has kind of baked through the centre like that, so you've got a little gooey filling. Oh my gosh. This could be incredible. Look, I'm gonna go for where it's still warmed and melted through with a little bit of the crust. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I can't say good for this one. I need to give it a bit more description. That is superb. And how easy was that? Oh my gosh, and the ways that you could pivot and tweak and twist this. But you don't need to. You've got this lovely crust on the top. Soft, pillowy, yet oozy and gooey and creamy and moist chocolate chip cookie dough warmed. I don't really know baseball, but it's a home run on a plate. That is outstanding. I was thinking, oh, maybe you could put some custard on it, but I really, because you've still got a little bit of that moisture in there from the ice cream, it's baked it together, it's held it and bonded it, but it's still hung about to give it, it's not dry, and I hate a dry dessert. That is phenomenal, and up there with one of the best tasting things on the 4, 3, 2, 1 playlist I've ever done. But in terms of the concept, I think today the fish curry is an absolute winner too. Sorry. Good. But I find that quite hard to say actually, because the pork kebabs and the mulled pineapple was just as good in its own way. But I think in terms of creativity and what you can manage to adapt, you can take any of these the way you want. And that is the whole purpose of this playlist. Take some inspiration from it, put your own spin on it, and I'd love to know how you get on. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe and make sure your notifications are turned on if they're not already. Check out the rest of the playlist for loads more ideas, and I'll see you very soon. Ciao for now. A bit full actually.